Hello once again, witchy people. I am back after a bit of a disaster with my computer. I was not able to get online at all. So hence the last video that I uploaded was uploaded 5 days late. So today is the 6th of December and we are definitely getting into the Yuletide spirit. It's very hard for me at the beginning of December because that is the anniversary of my father's death, and I have to kind of I do shut myself off, I will admit, but there is now, I think, a kind of acceptance that even things that seem like they will go on forever will eventually end. And whilst my father is not here in body, his voice is always here and he's always in my heart. So, Yuletide. I love it. It is one of my favourite times of year, and like I say, call it Christmas, Yuletide, whatever. You know, and I know I've explained this quite often recently. I don't celebrate as Christmas because there's no Christ and Mass in my season, but I don't exactly have a very heathen, pagan or witchy sort of Yule either, not really. It's kind of like a whole mesh of all of them. So I do have a tree inside my house, and we call it the Yule tree, or we call it the Christmas tree, depending on who's in the house. And I do have what has always been known as the goddess on top of the tree. I've never had a star on top of my tree. It's always been a female figure on top of my tree. And it very much represents the Yule log. However, today I spent quite a while in the forest, which is why I look the way I do, because I haven't been dragged through a hedge backwards. I've been in the forest for a few hours, searching for a Yule log. Now, I don't have a hearth, unfortunately. Well, I do, but it's not a real one. It's an electric stove, which belts out heat. It's not a real fire. So I don't have a real fire. So the only thing I can really do is I have a chimney, which is one of those terracotta or concrete bowls with the chimney with the hole in the front that you can put things in. I do have one of those. It's just outside the back door, and that I will put my Yule log in there and scorch it and let the smoke come in. But first of all, I do have to clean my Yule log. Now, I have a small stick. This is my small stick, which it was a second find. Sorry, and I'm going to have to pick up my Yule log with, it's still very damp, so this is going to be my Yule log, and it's covered in horse poop. Everyone keeps on saying, look Mum, you found an alligator. So it has to be cleaned, and then it has to be dried out, and then it will be all ready for the beginning of Yule. And like I said, they're not the biggest of logs, mainly because it was me and my daughter out there, and she's tiddy tiny. Well, she's not me, she's 20, she's in her mid-20s, but she's a tiny little girl. So we're not lugging big bits of wood home. But it was really nice. It was a beautiful day. We saw lots of squirrels, grey ones obviously, because red ones are in hibernation, the few that we do have. So yeah, lots of grey squirrels, a deer or two, lots of ponies and mules and donkeys, and a couple of pigs. I'm pretty sure they were the same breed of pig, but one was an adult pig and one was quite a young pig. Not quite a piglet, but quite a young pig, because it still had fur on it. And they looked like the same breed, but one was much bigger and one was much smaller. So it was either Mummy and Daddy taking little one out for a jaunt through the forest. The reason why I think it's the vergers and the people who live in the forest allow their pigs out is so, especially at this time of year, through autumn and sort of now, is so that the pigs will eat the majority of the acorns. Because if a horse eats too many acorns, it's not good for the horse. So whereas the pigs can scoff up the acorns, and they do, and we're talking, the acorns at the forest are like this big. They're huge. They're big, chunky acorns. Never see anything like it. And most other acorns you see, they're like this, you know, sort of little acorns. But no, you get ones like this in the forest. They're huge, and the pigs love them. So there are some really beautiful trees there. Of course, this afternoon it does get quite overcast quite quickly. I mean, it's only sort of like 7 o'clock in the evening now, and it's not that you can see because the blinds are down, but it is. It's dark outside. I can't get it down again. So the photographs I took weren't brilliant, but I will add them to the end. I didn't get any photographs of the ponies, the horses, the mules, the donkeys, the squirrels, because they were too darn quick. The deer, because they kept running off. But I did get a couple of pictures of the piggies. So I'll put those up, and some really nice trees as well. But as I say, it was quite nothing special. But it was kind of special because it was a really nice walk. I haven't been to the forest for a walk for a long time. And it just felt right that this year we're going to start getting back to doing some of the things that I used to love doing, you know, and you know, like collecting. I haven't collected my own Yule log in the forest for a while now, and I've missed it. It's been a couple of years. Okay, so that's not a great amount of time considering you only do it once a year. But I haven't done it for a couple of years. So it's been, actually I haven't done it for a few years. It's been nice to gather one. It just needs a darn good clean. So I will scorch it and let the smoke waft in, which is why it needs a clean. I have to get all the horse dung and stuff off. I don't mind if it is still slightly damp, though. I will dry it out because you want the smell of the smoke, which should be quite sweet, to sort of waft in the house, and that, for me, that brings in a lot of the luck and the good fortune for the coming year. It gives you that sense of hope. At least that's partly what it is for me. So as I said, the Christmas tree, the Yuletide tree, you know, the traditional Christmas tree, represents the Yule log to me for a lot of the time. And I tend to decorate it with a lot of baubles. And to me that is almost a representation, because they're all gold and white balls, a representation of the moon and the sun, the dying sun, because the sun is so low at this time of year and quite weak, and how bright the moon can be at night. So I like the white and the gold baubles. And then birds, deer, lots of little bits, a key. I always like to have a key hanging on my tree. Not a real key, not anymore. What else is on there? Snowflakes. But the main thing is the baubles and the deer. I like to have deer. Not real deer, I was a little bauble deer. Stags and deers, and yes, on my tree. But yeah, this year we are going to do the whole Yule log. If I remember, I will film it, just me stoking the fire and getting the end lit up for a while. I'm hoping to have maybe not mulled wine. I'm not a mulled wine sort of person, but maybe some mulled cider. Some nice warm cider outside in the garden. It would be lovely. So I wanted to just, like, you know, include you a little bit in my preparations. Now that first beginning bit of December that I so don't like, I don't enjoy, is over, and I can start getting into the swing of things, and include you in maybe some of the things that not necessarily that I do all the time, but that I'd like to do all the time. So there we go, my rather damp Yule log at the moment, which does look a bit like an alligator. happy one. Which does need a really good clean. Ugh. Outside with the hose pipe, it's going to be freezing cold. So there we go. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, witchy people, and as I said, I will be back, and I hope you enjoy the photographs, and hopefully I'll get them uploaded at the end of this video. So thank you for watching, enjoy the pictures, and I'll be back with the burning of the Yule log after it's dried out, but I will be back before then. Have fun everyone, and keep smiling and keep safe. Bye for now. Hi. So this is not the pictures that I promised, obviously. A lot has happened since the 6th of December, and that was a month ago. And my phone had a bit of a problem, and all the pictures were wiped from my phone, so I don't have any to share. So I am really, really sorry. I do not have any. I will try and find some pictures that I know my daughters have shared. They're on my Facebook. But unfortunately that is the only pictures that are left. I've lost all the others, it's really disheartening, to be honest. But there we go. So no photos of piggies. I'm so sorry. And the trees were amazing. There were like faces in the trees that I took all these pictures of, and I thought they were absolutely brilliant. So I'm so sorry. Well, that's it. I am now getting prepared to make a video. Very, very late as it happens, but I am going to do that. But I am going to upload this last one, even though it's a month late and I've had all these problems with my phone and everything. So I hope you enjoyed the last video, and I'm sorry about the no photographs, and I will be back hopefully very soon, at some point in the next day, with a new video. Thank you for watching, witchy people. Bye for now.